Okay, now there's this gem. Find and shade the region that represents a solution to the system of inequalities. So this inequalities, when they throw greater thans and less than, there's like a quadrant. They intersect and it forms four quadrants, A, B, C, D. One of the quadrants has all the solutions that satisfy both of them at the same time. So what you want to do is basically trial and error. So first we're going to see if A is the answer. So just line up both of them on scratch paper. 3x minus 2. Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2. Y is less than or equal to 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, now I'm going to go for my A right here. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. So that's 4, 1, not 1, 4. Remember, this is x, this is y. So we're at 4 on x, 1 on y. Okay, so get y out and put 1. And get x out and put 4. So 3 times 4 minus 2. So that's going to be 12. So 12 minus 2 is going to be 10. That is false. Okay, it should eat the bigger number. So false. Okay, can't be that one. So we know it's not A. Now we go to B. Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2. Y is less than or equal to 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, so B, I'm going to go right here. So that point I picked is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the X. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the Y. Okay, so we put 7 in for Y. And then 5 in for X. 3 times 5 minus 2. Well, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 2 is 13. That is totally false too. It should eat 13. So I don't even do the other side. If I get false on the first side, there's no point in doing the second one. So it's either C or D. So C, I'm going to go right here. And on X, we're -1, -2, -3. And then on Y, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -3, 5. Okay. So it's either C or we're not or it's D. Y is less than or equal to 1/2 x plus 3. So put 5 in for Y, and then 3, -3 for x, so it's 3 times x, so 3 times -3 minus 2. 3 times -3 is -9, -9 minus 2 is -11. Okay, it eats a bigger number, that's true. So if you get true, you got to go to the other side and see if that's true. So 5 replaces the Y, and then 1/2 times -3 plus 3. So you figure out what that is. 1 times -3 is -1 and 1/2, and then take -1 and 1/2 plus 3 on a calculator, 1 and 1/2. That's false, okay? So it's false, so it can't be C. So I guess that means if C is not it, D is the answer. So you shade inside of the D. Don't cross the D region, okay? Okay, now story problems. A pet store sells angelfish and clown loaches. They sell 2 angelfish and 6 clown loaches. They collect a total of $36. If angelfish cost $2 more than clownfish, what's the cost for each type of fish? Now, you have 3 units, so don't be making tables or any of that. You make a grid, okay, a grid chart. Angelfish, clownfish, and money. That's how I taught it, okay? So the 2 things you're buying go up here. Angel, clown, and then we're buying those together. Okay, now down the row you're going to put how many units per unit with the $sign, because that's your 3rd unit, okay, and then total with the $sign. Now fill out the top row first. How many units you're looking for numbers that are not money related? So I have 2 and 6. So 2 angelfish, 6 clownfish. Now add those, and it's 8, okay? Okay, now, cost per unit. The only thing you know about the cost per unit is this $2 more, okay? $2 more. Actually, after you're done with that, fill in your total cost. Sorry, it's $36. After you've filled out that top row, put your total cost. So I don't need this box. If I have the number there and the number there, that's not needed. Now, the only thing left is the fact that angelfish costs $2 more. That means plus 2. It doesn't mean angelfish actually costs 2. So it says, read the problem. Don't just put plus 2 in whatever box you want. Angelfish costs $2 more than clownfish. So the angelfish is where we put the plus 2. What plus 2? We don't know. We put X. And then clownfish, don't put Y. You don't need Y. You can just put X for that. Now, to find out the money total, you want to parenthesize your X plus 2, and you take 2 times X and 2 times 2. Put dots there so you know what you're doing. So 2 times X is 2X plus, and 2 times 2 is 4. Then over here you take 6 times X, that's 6X. Now this is the only equals equation you have, so write it out and solve it. So 2X plus 4 plus 6X equals 36. Then you combine your X terms, that's 8X. Then minus 4, that's 32. Then you divide each side by 8, and X equals 4. So there's your answer for X. So that X is clown, then over here you come and put 4 there. So 4 plus 2 is 6. That's your cost of angelfish. And then 4 is the cost of your clownfish, 6 and 4. Again, with that more than, you don't need Y. So don't use Y on more, okay? There's no need for that. You can write them both in terms of X. Make sure you put the plus whatever to the one that's actually more, okay? Okay, next problem, number 2. The theater club sells a total of 101 tickets to its first play. A student ticket costs $1, an adult ticket costs $2.50. Total ticket sales are $164. How many student tickets were sold? How many adult tickets were sold? So you got students, adults, and money. So again, you want to make your grid, okay? That would be the best way to set up these types of problems. So you got together, and then the student tickets and the adult tickets. So student tickets, adult tickets. Then how many units per unit and total. Dollars per unit, dollars total, not dollars up here. So fill out your top row, then go here, then you can come back to the middle, but top first. What's the only amount in this problem that's indicative of how many? That would be the 101, but that's together, okay? So when it's together, but we don't know how many separates we have, because that's the answer, we put X and Y. So X plus Y equals 101. That's an equation. Now come down here and fill out your total together. It's $164, the money total together. So 101 I've used, 164. I don't need this box. If I have what goes here and what goes here, don't need it. Now what do student tickets cost? They cost $1. What do the adult tickets cost? They cost $2.50. So you take X times 1, you write that as 1X. Then you take Y times $2.50, which is 2.50Y, okay? Now you have 2 equations instead of just 1 like you had on the last problem. You have the bottom, but you also got the top. See, the first one I just had to work with 1. So since I have 2, make a cross and stack them up and use elimination. So you got X plus Y equals 101, and then you got 1X plus 2.50Y equals 164. Now use elimination on story problems, okay? Don't be trying to get a letter by itself. It's lined up perfectly. Now if you add them right here, that's 2X and that's 3.50. So they don't add to 0 yet, but you have the same thing on your X's. So you don't even have to times. You just go negative, negative, negative. Then that adds to 0X. Great. Then 1 plus negative 2.50, that's going to be negative 1.5y. Then 101 plus negative 164 is negative 63. Then you divide by negative 1.5 on both sides. And I believe that's 42. I might be wrong. Nope, I'm not. So go to your y and put 42. Okay, 42 adult tickets. Now you can take 42 and put it into this equation, but why don't you use some common sense? If you know that together it's 101, you have 42 adult tickets, it probably would take just taking 101 minus 42 to get 59 for the student tickets. I would say so. Okay, it's the beauty of a story problem. You can just look at the rows as long as that amounts there. Okay, number 3. 2 schools buy helmets and uniforms from a store. The school buys 5 helmets, sorry, that's embarrassing, 5 helmets and 7 uniforms for $250. The other school buys 7 helmets and 10 uniforms for $354. Find the cost of a single helmet and the cost of a single uniform. So again, we got helmets, uniforms, and money. So we got together, we're buying the helmets and the unis. Helmets, uniforms. Then you got how many units per unit with a dollar sign, and then total with a dollar sign. Now what amounts do I have that are indicative of how many? Well, a lot. We got the first school 5 and 7, put those right across from each other, and that makes 12 together. And the other school 7 and 10, and that would make 17 together. So 5, 7, 7, and 10. No equations there, though. Now go down and fill out your totals together. There's got to be 2 of them. There's 250 and 354. So equals 250 equals 354. So get that box out of there. Now, cost per unit. Now you don't know anything, but you know that they have to, you can't use the same variable. They probably cost different amounts. So I'm going to have this be x, this be y, and I'll just put 2 x's and 2 y's. So 5 times x and 7 times x. So that's going to be 5x and 7x plus 7 times y and 10 times y. So that's 7y and 10y. So you got 2 equations here and here. So stack them. So 5x plus 7y equals 250. Then 7x plus 10y equals 354. Now, that's 12 and that's 17, and we can't go off that neither one's the same, so you have to multiply. Get the x's to match, which you can do if you take the 7 and multiply it up top here, and the 5 multiply it on the bottom there. Okay? So 7 times 5x is 35x, 7 times 7y is 49y, and then 7 times 250 is going to be 1,750. Okay, and then the bottom 35x plus 50y. And then 354 times 5 is going to be 1,770. Now you still don't have 0 because adding these takes you to 70. And that's for, well, they will if you make it negative along the bottom because then that's 0x finally. 49 plus negative 50 is negative 1y. And then 1,750 plus negative 1,770 is negative 20. Okay? You just need to divide by negative 1. You have your solution for y. Okay, so y is uniforms, so uniforms are $20. Now, unfortunately, you don't have a number that you can just subtract 20 from, so you need to do it the old-fashioned way. You come here and put 5x plus 7y equals 250. So take your 20, put it in for y. 7 times 20 is 140. So we got 5x plus 140 equals 250. Then you minus 140, and that's 110. Then divide by 5, and x equals 22. Okay, so $22 for the uniforms. I'll put 22 there, that's fine. Okay. Okay, now the next one's a little bit different setup because you're working with a percent mixture. We've done it before. A metal alloy is a metal made up by blending metals. A jeweler has two supplies of two metal alloys. One alloy is 30% gold, and the other is 10% gold. How much of each alloy should the jeweler combine to create 4 kilograms of an alloy containing 15% gold? Now, we are going to use a grid, but the labeling is totally different, okay? What you're going to put up top is high percent, low percent, and then the middle percent. Now, down the rows, what you're going to put is percent and put a little and put the word decimal because you have to make your percents decimals, okay? Now, here you're going to put units. In this case, it would be kg, kilograms. And then right here, you write the word product, okay? Now, it's easy to fill out, okay? Top row, okay? And you don't go down here, okay? You don't go down here. You fill out the top row first, then you fill out the second row, then you fill out this, because we're going to need every box we can. So on the ones with the regular units, with the how many and all that stuff, how many units and all that, I go here, then here, but I do this differently. I need here, here, here. We will be using this box, okay? Now your high percent, okay, is 30%. Move the decimal twice to the left. I usually write 0.30. You can write 0.3 if you want. Low, 10%. I usually write 0.10. You can write 0.1 if you want. Then in between, 15%. Got to be in decimal form. 0.15, you can put, and that's about it for that one. Now units, okay? What do you got for units? You got 4 kilograms, and that's the 15%. So that goes here, okay, under the 0.15. Now, you don't know what these units are. They're your answers. How many at 10, how many at 30. So x plus y equals 4. Now, to get your product means you multiply. So that would be 0.30x plus, this would be 0.10y equals, and then you times these. You take 0.15 times 4. Okay, because 15% of the 4 is gold, 0.6. So we have two equations. This equation is the overall kilograms. The second equation represents how many of the kilograms are gold. Okay, so you've got x plus y equals 4. And then you got 0.30x plus 0.10y equals 0.6. Now, you obviously want to use elimination. Adding doesn't do you any good, and you don't have the same thing in the x or y column, so you multiply. Top by 0.30, bottom by 1. Okay, so you got 0.30x plus 0.30y, and then 0.30 multiplied by 4 is going to be 1.2. Now the bottom you're just multiplying by 1, so that's just going to stay the same. Okay, now you don't want to add them until this is a negative. Okay, negative, negative. So when I add these, I get to 0x. A positive and a negative are the same thing, add to 0. Then I take 0.30 plus negative 0.10. I get 0.2y. Then I take 1.2 plus negative 0.6, I get 0.6. Then divide by 0.2. And y equals 3. Okay? So you got 3 with the 10%. Now, I'm pretty sure x plus 3 is 4. So whatever this is plus 3 is 4. So if I take 4 minus 3, that's 1. 1. So again, high percent, low percent, middle percent, percent decimal, units, product. Okay, remember, you fill this out, then you go here. You're not going to have a number to put there because the product means you have to have two numbers to multiply to get that. Okay, last problem. It's a quick one. The ratio of goldfish to starfish in an aquarium is 12:7. So the 12 is goldfish, and then starfish is the 7. There are 152 fish in the aquarium. How many goldfish and how many starfish were there? Guys, you kind of set up a ratio problem like a fraction. There's some difference you have to do. Instead of fraction and actual, it's ratio and actual. Then you got total, and you got your goldfish and your starfish. But how a ratio is different is you don't put anything on bottom. The 12 and the 7 go in the first two boxes, and to find the total, you add 12 plus 7. So it's a little bit different than with the fractions one from Unit 1. Okay, 152 fish. Well, that's a total. Now we got to figure out what we're multiplying the ratio by to get to the actual. So we take 152 divided by 19. Got 8. So that's your multiplying. So 12 times 8 is 96. So that's going to be 96 goldfish. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 starfish.